Hi everyone, Matt here once again, and as you can see I have already reassembled and glued my Ezio hidden blade. Now, and all we gotta do is wait, but I just kind of wanted to quickly show you what I did here while I have it, just while I'm waiting on it to dry. And I decided to use Gorilla Glue because I've actually used this before. It actually works quite well. But you have to be careful with it if you haven't used it before, because also you don't know what to expect. This stuff is really sticky. We want it before it dries, and it actually has a really strong hold. So I figured it'd be perfect for putting back together my assassin blade, just because of all the moving parts. And when you release the blade, it shoots out with pretty good velocity that it might actually break the seam if it was a weaker glue. And I don't want this thing to fall apart upon deployment, so it's my glue of choice for this project. And so what I did was I just ran a thin bead along the top of both sides from front to back, and then I reassembled it. And I obviously weighed it down with this. This is about this is a bookend. It weighs probably about 10 pounds. And then I just lightly clamped the back end here with my vice grips, and just to make sure that it's tight all the way around front and back. And once I pushed this down, the glue already kind of started to seep out as it was wet, so I just wiped off as much as I could with a wet paper towel and a dry one, a kind of combination, to get rid of the excess glue. And but when this stuff dries, it tends to expand. So like I said, I already wiped a bunch of the excess glue off earlier, but there's already a little bit more that came out as it was drying further. And it's probably already been drying for about 2 hours now, but this probably happened like the last half hour or so, maybe hour, and that's probably the most that will come out now. It's probably already done most of its expanding. And also on that note, before I glued it, I made sure that the blade was fully extended, just because since it expands on the outside, it's most likely going to expand on the inside as well, and I don't want this to be stuck retracted. That's just going to defeat the whole purpose. I'm going to take it apart again just to fix that. So if you're going to use Gorilla Glue, or any glue for that matter, just make sure that when you're gluing it back together, make sure that the blade's sticking out, so that you don't have it glued shut, because that'd be a bad day. But yeah, so just gotta wait for this to dry 24 hours. I'll show you how it turned out. Alright, so now it is safe to say it's been more than 24 hours and that the glue is fully cured. The glue does dry after only a couple hours, but and I actually did unclamp and take the weight off a little after I finished recording the first half of this video yesterday. And I started sanding off, I cut off all the excess foam that had seeped out on the sides from the glue, and then just kind of sanded off all the rough edges. Did it on both sides, and so right now it's locked. It's ready to go. I have a ring here. Now this is just a copper pipe fitting ring, what do you want to call it? It's from the plumbing department of a hardware store. And I just tie it to my fishing line. It's my pull cord. And yeah, like I said, it's locked. So it's and my hands are locked, it's not going to do anything. The pull cord, I don't know if you can see that, it actually kind of hangs down a little bit. But it's basically measured and set so that when I pull my hand back and then pull my fingers back, it actually kind of pulls. See how it pulls the whole system up. I probably have to readjust that before I go to deploy the blade, because it probably won't deploy being weak now. But so I just gotta adjust that. Make sure that's in the right spot where it's supposed to be. And yeah, so let's unlock it. Now, that is cool. I gotta say, I've already done it a few times earlier today, and I don't have enough of it. That is awesome. It fully deploys when you don't push the button. Obviously, you still have to retract the blade on your own, but I don't mind that. But as long as I have this part, that's all I care about. No button required, and you don't even, like I said, in my other video, I didn't even have to drill through the button, so it doesn't even look like I did anything. although clearly it's made out of leather, so obviously I did, but you know, it's all the more realistic. And also too, the good thing about having it leather is that you can just tuck the ring when you're not using it underneath, and you barely even notice it's there. Like, I still feel it, but it's not digging as much in as it would if it was the plastic one. You know, so because the leather has give to it, which is the main reason why I decided to do it. It looks more realistic. But yeah, I gotta say I'm happy with that, and that's pretty much that.